Well, hello there, Tom Green coming back at you with some Figma goodness. And today's goodness, of course, carries on with that little exercise we did previously where you worked out how to do a card pop. And today we're going to actually card pop. So as you can see here, I've got three cards. I've got one called Wall, I've got one called Harbor, and one called Bruce. And you can see there are their final positions. And there are a couple of things you need to know about doing this. The first thing is we're going to use Smart Animate, and that means that everything must be named the same. So don't go changing any of the names, and at the same time, use regular naming in your layers. Now, as you can see in this piece, if I tap on the wall, the Harbor and the Bruce images sort of change position and fade out. Ditto here, ditto here. So how do we wire that up? Well, we go to prototype mode and we select Harbor, and we just go over to the Harbor, and we're going to use ease in, ease out because this is motion that we're going to see from start to finish. So we need to see it accelerate and decelerate. Now the default on this is 300 milliseconds. That's a little too fast, so I usually go with a standard measurement of 500 milliseconds or half a second. I always choose Smart Animate when things are going to move. Okay, let's do Bruce. So we're just going to pop over to the Bruce. And as you can see, the last setting for the prototyping panel or the interaction panel is the same. This is good. And then we can choose the wall. And then we can just go over to the wall. Now, one of the things that you might want to consider is the fact that if you take somebody somewhere, it's always good to take them back. So I'll just do up Bruce here, and we'll just wire it back. Now, the other thing that you can do here is you can actually select each of the images here and just send them back to their respective frames. So that way you don't have to be constantly coming back here. They can say, oh, what's the Harbor look like? And boom, over here. So let's see how all that works. So I'm going to click the present mode. Everything comes up. Let's go see Bruce. Let's go back. Let's go to the wall. Let's go back. Okay, so this time I don't have a back, so I'm just going to use the little back button here. And we'll go to the Harbor. So you can see everything is moving, everything is interactive, and everything does what it's supposed to do. So I'm just going to close the presentation here. So there you go. There's how you can make cards pop. You don't necessarily always have to have cards sitting in a line or being able to scroll up and down, or used in a carousel to scroll across. You can just sort of throw them on the artboard and let the user have a little bit of fun.